In this video, I am going to share with you 8 foolproof strategies to strengthen your F1 visa application and secure your ticket to the United States of America. If this sounds interesting to you, all you have to do is to sit with me. Let's dive into the strategies I am going to explain. Okay, guys, most of these strategies, some of you know them, but let me just remind you that when it comes to F1 visa application, there are 3 categories visa officers look at. And all the questions are based on this. One has to do with your finances, everything surrounding money. And the other one has to do with your home ties, your intention to return back to your home country. And the other one is your school or academics. Are you smart enough to come here and do your studies very well? Okay. So out of these 3, we are going to look at one of the most important ones, which is showing strong home ties to your home country. But I bet you there are others you know already, and most of the other ones I'm going to call, you know nothing about them, which makes this video very, very much interesting, and it's something you don't want to miss. So let me share with you at least the 9 strategies I have put together for you to demonstrate your strength to your home country. Okay? And one thing before we dive into that, I want to tell you is that this list is not based on order of importance. So I can give you randomly. You have to select based on your situation and based on the ones maybe you think, okay, I'm convinced. Okay? So the first one on our list will be evidence of previous returns. If you have a history of returning to your home country after previous visit or stay abroad, providing documentation of this return, meaning you are complying with visa regulations. If you've had the opportunity to travel, this is a very strong home ties you can show to the visa officer. So you could submit entry and exit stamps from previous travels, boarding passes or flight itineraries showing your return trips to your home country. And in case the visa officer did not see any of that in your passport, you have to show them that I have left my country once in my lifetime, went to this place and returned back to my home country. So I'm someone who respects the rules and regulations that governs my visa status. Okay? So the number 2 would be your educational or career goals in home country. Now, this is something you must have written in your statement of purpose or personal statement if your school requires that. And if you've written anything of short, make sure you take it along. Okay? Everything about home ties, have documents to support whatever you are going to say during the visa interview. It is key because you don't want to say something and they ask you, you'll be like a dumb. You're not going to say anything. I don't have any document to show. So always have documents, just that don't rely on the document. Say what you have to say with confidence, and when they ask of documents, or there are certain areas, maybe you don't need to wait for them to ask for documents. You have to show that. Okay. Now, like detailing your educational or career goals that are specific to your home country can indicate a clear intention to return to your home country and more so to contribute to your home country. Example, you can submit a detailed statement of purpose outlining how your studies in the US will help you achieve your goals back in your home country. This is very, very strong. Show that, explain based on the passion, and you have to demonstrate passion. Okay, when you talk of your goals, what are the things you plan to do? Okay, and just just like I said, you don't have to wait. Sometimes you can show them that this is exactly what I'm telling you now. It's exactly what I told my university, and that's something I wrote on my personal statement or statement of purpose. Yeah, it is. Okay. The number 3 on our list will be showing strong personal ties. What do I mean by that? Some of us are fortunate to have had friends from childhood stage. Okay, we built a very strong bond. These friends can be a blessing to us when we go for a visa interview. But let me explain. So you showing very strong personal ties, such as long-standing friendship or relationship in your country, can further demonstrate your connection and commitment. So let's say you want to go for the visa interview. Your friends might support you in one way or the other. They might provide you letters of support wherein they reference or highlighting the longevity and the significance of your friendship. Of course, you know, visa officers are human beings like us. So it all depends on how we say these things to them. We have been with our friends from childhood stage, and you can back that up with a picture. It can be a male friend, it can be a female friend, okay, and they can write you something. I'm going to miss you. You know what we've agreed from childhood stage, that we are not going to separate from each other. We will always stick together. Okay, and maybe it will show like you replying to your friend that I'm not going to be there forever. I just want to go and accomplish my goals, come back and be with you. We know this is something we've agreed together, but I have no choice at the moment. Let me just go and come back. So something like that. You can just start. It might be just text. It does not have to be written, but the fact that you don't have to take your phone to the visa interview, I mean, like, of course, you don't have to take that. So, which makes it very important, maybe just a document, him or her writing to you, explaining some of these things and how important your friendship has always been. Okay, now let's jump to the number 4. So, the fourth one on our list will be community involvement. And some of you don't know this. Okay, you've been an active participant in your community organization or cultural event in your home country will definitely signifies your strong connection to your home culture and society. This is so important. Now, how do you present this one? It is not just enough for you to demonstrate or say these things, which is why I told you when it comes to showcasing your strong home ties, always have documents with you. So let's say you can provide evidence of involvement, such as membership certificates, event participating records, or letters of recommendation from community leaders. This is key and this is going to help you. So you have community leaders, maybe you've worked with, you've seen your involvement and how important you are in the community. They can write you letters, they can recommend you that, of course, your determination to change your community and what are some of the things you've done. And they hope that you get in your education, you will come back and just take over from wherever you've left. Okay, and maybe continue, well, let's just say you continue where you left. Okay, so this is key, this is so important. If you have been someone that is active in your community, you've done certain things, and back that with pictures, which which of course makes it so important. The world we are living right now, it is so important you take pictures when you are involved in certain things. Okay, now let's jump to the number 5 on our list. So the number 5 on our list is financial assets. Now we are not talking of just assets. I mean financial assets. So you demonstrating financial stability and resources in your home country, showcasing your ability to support yourself upon returning and reducing the likelihood of overstaying in the US, shows a very strong home ties. Some of us have money. It's not because of the money, you know, and maybe it's not even about scholarship. We have money to pay our families and all of that. Okay, so we can provide the visa officer with this explanation that I am okay, I have money, and the only way you can show this one, you have to show that with a bank statement. Okay, or investment account or property valuation to show significant financial asset in your home country. This is going to help you a lot, especially some of us wherein money is not our problem. But I'm not saying you've gone to take Empower loan, or maybe your family have struggled so much to put things together, and then you want to go to the visa officer telling them that you have money and all of that. You know, it's not going to work. Okay. So basically, some of us are from rich families. This might be another way you can show your strong home ties. Okay, because them knowing that the visa officer knowing that you have very strong financial assets, meaning that you're not going to overstay in the US. You're just going to stay there to do your studies, get your quality education, and go back to your home country. Let's go to number 6. So number 6 will be employment offers. Of course, this is specific. So if you have been working, or let's say you are working, it's not like you have been working, okay? You are working, you've got some work experience. You can ask your employers, of course, to write you, to give you what we call a study leave. That's one way. So you go to the visa officer telling them that I have a job waiting for me. I've been working and this is my study leave. That's so strong. Okay. And some maybe even if it's not study leave, but you have a company maybe you've applied to, you can reach out to that company. So the company might give you a letter of, let's say, is it pre-employment? I don't know how to put it, but they can give you a letter showing that thank you for applying, you've been accepted, and the fact that we know you are going to the United States to do your studies, we believe that this will serve as a guarantee that you already have this job and we are just waiting for your expertise. Okay, so I am saying a situation wherein you have not been working, maybe, or even if you've worked before, but currently you are not employed. You can apply to a company, they can give you an employment letter detailing your job title, responsibility, and every other thing that has to do with your role, but indicating that it has come to our ears that you have gotten an opportunity to go and study in the United States. And we believe this is going to help you professionally and is going to help us upon you returning to this country. And we want to wish you the very best in your study. And we can't wait to have you to work with us. So you have not been working, but because maybe you are in this process and you see that maybe I'll be going for my interview. And this is something you have to be very much proactive. Don't wait like 2 weeks, then you get the offer. Okay. Yeah, of course, it's going to help. Okay. But at least just be proactive, maybe a month or so. So you might not even work in that company. Just talk with a reputable company and they write you this thing. You take it and show them. Okay. Simple as that. Sometimes communication is very key. The way you present your situation, you know, times life, you just have to try. And when you go there, go with the evidence. So let's go to the number 7. Number 7, of course, most of us have shown this one. But let me explain how you can show this one, which is family ties. Now, of course, we all know that, and I've said it, the visa officers are human beings just like us. So you having a very close family members, such as maybe your spouse or children or parents living in your home country, of course, demonstrate your emotional and social connection to your home country. This is something you can show to the VO. It is not just enough for you to say these things, which is why I told you, remember, you always need to have a proof. Okay, so example, you can submit a proof of relationship such as birth certificate or marriage certificate or family photographs, along with letters of support from your family members. Along with letters of support from your family members. It can come from your dad, it can come from your mom. So that leads us to number 8 on the list, which is property ownership. I guess this is self-explanatory. Do you have a land? Have you built a house? Do you own any assets? Now let's talk about the land before I go further. It is not just enough for you to say I have a land. What do you plan to do on that land? It is key. What type of investment are you planning? Is it land where you just want to come and build something? Okay, build a house, or it's a land wherein you plan to open a business. Say something about the land. It's not just enough for you to take a document that you have a land. So show some entrepreneurship mindset. You have something in mind. Okay, when you come back to your home country and do something with that land. So let me take you to the number 9 on the list. The number 9 on the list will be your healthcare and insurance coverage in home country. Now, I know this may sound so funny. So if you have been someone who has maintained healthcare coverage or insurance in your home country, this of course shows that you have an ongoing commitment and responsibility that tie you to your home country. This is so important. This is going to help you. Now, how do you demonstrate this one? Okay, so you get this document from healthcare practitioner that, of course, that can demonstrate that you have been paying your dues. And the last one on our list, your cultural and language proficiency. Hear me out. So let's say you demonstrating proficiency in your home country's language, cultural knowledge. You know so much about your country, okay, as well as participating in cultural exchange program. All of this strengthen your ties to your home country, okay, like countries where you have different clans, and these are basically like tribes, okay. So you involved in short exchange where you go, you demonstrate your proficiency in terms of your own language. Okay, these traditions, these are all important, but it is not just enough for you to say these things. Okay, so maybe you provide certificates or transcripts showing language proficiency or documentation of participation in cultural exchange programs or events, which makes it so important that documentation and pictures are key when it comes to you demonstrating very strong home ties. Just to wrap this video up, if you have any experience, like maybe you know something else, maybe I have forgotten, please comment your experience so other people will learn from you. Share your own experience with proving strong home ties for F1 visa in the comment section. Okay, and don't forget, please, to subscribe for more visa application tips and guidance. Your journey to the US awaits you. Thank you so much, and look out for the other video wherein I will show you some common pitfalls as to why you might be denied during your F1 visa interview. Thank you for staying with me, and I wish you the very best in your journey. Bye bye.